Imagine your production VM gets deleted accidentally, or there was a corruption which corrupted everything. So, how do the enterprises recover in this situation? In this video, I'll show you how to configure Azure VM Backup completely from scratch using Recovery Services Vault. We'll create the vault, enable backup, configure policies, and trigger backup manually, and verify restore points. And I'll also show you how some common mistakes beginner face. So let's get started. So in the last video, we covered everything regarding theory of Azure backups, policies, Vault, the snapshot process, and the long-term retention of the data. And in this video, we'll see how do we configure the Azure VM backups. So to start with configuring Azure VM backups, the first thing, of course, is we are going to need a virtual machine. It can be a Linux or a Windows or an on-prem machine. And this one will have a Windows virtual machine. And next is we need to have a recovery services vault where all our data is going to get stored. Also, the recovery services vault needs to be in the subscription where our virtual machine is. So after the creation of the vault, we would need to have a policy type. It can be a standard policy or an enhanced policy and dependent upon our use case. Next, we'll select the VM and then just enable the protection. And then we'll trigger the manual backup and see how the snapshot process actually takes place. So we'll head over to the Azure portal. First, we'll quickly create a virtual machine. And we'll give it a name VM Backup Test. Then the region will keep Central India. Choose the smallest queue so that I don't get more cost. Next, I'll give the username and password, right? And I'll choose the disk as standard STD and then click on next networking. I'll not create a public IP because I want to log in. Next, I'll go to management. I'll leave as it is and then monitoring. I'll disable the boot diagnostics. Next, tag and review and create. Also, you can see the cost, how much you are going to get cost monthly. So I'll click on create, and meanwhile it's getting created, I'll create the recovery services vault. There is another service which can help you with the backup, that is Azure Backup Vault. So we have Backup Vault and Recovery Services Vault. So Backup Vault is just for backups of your resources, and Recovery Services Vault is for the site recovery also. That is, if you want to set up live replication of your data in case a region goes down, we can set up from the Recovery Services Vault. That is, it has a feature of site recovery. We can copy our data from one region to another and recover in case a region goes down in case of any disaster. So we'll proceed with Recovery Services Vault. So we'll click on create and give it a name, backup test. Keep in mind that the subscription of our vault and our resources needs to be in the same subscription. That is, I have my virtual machine also in the cloud demo, right? If it's in the separate, you won't see the virtual machine. Keep the region also same. Next, redundancy. And this will help you if you want your backups to get stored in a separate region. Like geo redundant means that your backups are going to transfer to a different region. That is a paired region. So Microsoft has a lot of regions and they have paired every location to another region. In case of any disaster, your data will get transferred. So if I click on geo redundant, you won't see which region is going to get copied, but you search online. So you can see the Central India is paired with South India. So our data is going to get transferred to the South India and we can recover in case Central India goes down. So we'll proceed with locally redundant, and then next encryption will keep Microsoft managed. Next vault properties, we can enable immutability. And immutability means that whatever retention period we have specified, the backup data cannot be modified or deleted. And even the admins, attackers, or ransomware attacks cannot easily remove or change the backup. And this will provide more security in case you have a very critical backups getting stored. Next, we'll go to networking. We can keep our vault public or allow private access. I'll keep it as public and then review and create. This is the central management layer for Azure Backup. For any issues, jobs, policies, we have to go in the vault and we'll find all the information related to our backups from the vault. And we have to keep the region and the subscription same as our virtual machine where it's present. So we have the vault created, we have the virtual machine. Next, we'll create a backup policy and define the schedule. So our vault is created. We'll go to resource and we'll expand. Next, we'll go to your backup policies. In the backup policies, we'll define how do we want our backups to get taken. So we have some default policies that are already there. I'll create a new, and in the policy type, we have to specify if our backup is for which resource. Like in my case, I'll choose virtual machine. And now you see the two policies, that is standard and the enhanced. Standard is the old policies which we get, and you can only configure a once a day backup for your resource and up to 5 operational day retention, right? And for enhanced, we have multiple backups per day, up to 30 days your operational retention. Other feature is we have support for trusted launch Azure VMs plus Ultra Disk and Premium SSD V2s. Also, you can save cost if you want only selective disk backup and not all the disk present in your virtual machine. So I'll give it a name, enhanced policy demo, right? And instead of frequency hourly, I'll configure for daily, and then I'll choose the IST. Next is instant restore. So with the instant restore option, what we get is if you want your virtual machine to get restored quickly, like in case if I select for 3 days, I'll have the option to quickly restore for the past 3 days. And suppose you want to restore for the fifth day, more than 3 days, your backup recovery process is going to be slow because your data is going to get taken out of the vault and then will be used to create the disk, which is dependent upon how much data it is. So you have to clearly decide what you want to set up. So in my case, I'll set up for 2 days. And then you can also set up your restore of daily backup point, how long you want your backup to get to be present in case you want to go back. So I keep it for 30 days. And similarly, you can use weekly backup point or monthly, how long you want to get stored. And consistency type, you can choose crash consistent. Crash consistent snapshot is agentless and it happens from outside the virtual machine. That is, it basically takes the snapshot and then moves the data to the vault. And this kind of snapshot doesn't have any file system consistency or the application. So for any non-critical workloads, we can choose this one. But if your virtual machine runs a critical application or your database, don't choose this one. Next, we'll go to create. And the policy is created. I'll go to resource. So we have configured the policy. Next, we'll go to protect backup items. And you can click on Azure Virtual Machine and add. So we can define where is your workload running, that is Azure or on premises or anywhere. And then you can select the resource, that is virtual machine, and then backup. Next, we'll select the policy which we already created, that is policy demo. And in the virtual machine, I'll go to add. And in here, we'll select the virtual machine we want to backup. Right. Also, if you have multiple disks attached to your virtual machine, it will show you the disk. You can unselect the disk which you don't want to backup and save the cost on that. And also you can select the option of including future disks. So any disk that gets added to the virtual machine will have the backup. So I'll click on enable backup. And if your VM is not visible when you are adding the virtual machine, check if there is a region mismatch or check the VM state, and also you can verify permissions. So meanwhile it's getting added, I'll show you recovery services vault. So we have the vault here, and in the backup items you will see the resources, virtual machines you have added, and in the replicated items these are for the resources which you are replicating to another region. You will see in the replicated items. And the backup policies controls when your backup runs, your retention duration and recovery point life cycle, right? So this is deployed. If I go to backup items, I'll see the virtual machine. And since schedule is for later, I'll schedule the manual backup. So I'll go to view details and then backup now. And I'll change the recovery backup till tomorrow and has triggered the backup. Since this snapshot is consistency type application or file system, going to install an extension in your virtual machine to support the process. So I'll go to my virtual machine and then extension, right? And you can see that the agent has installed. The on-demand backup has been triggered successfully, and these kind of backups are very useful before your maintenance, upgrades, patching or application changes, right? To see the job, we can go to the vault and then backup jobs, and in the backup jobs we'll see the backup is in progress, right? So take snapshot in progress. You can see the duration, you can see the transfer data to the vault, and it's going to take some time. So I'll pause the video for now. Alright, so after 30 minutes or so, our backup is completed. So it took the snapshot. For the snapshot, it took around 8 minutes. And after the snapshot, it transferred the data to the vault, and that took around 18 minutes. And then it validated the backup. That is, it checks that the backup recovery point is healthy and usable during restore operation. So the entire process took around 30 to 35 minutes, and now we have the complete backup. So now in case something goes wrong inside our virtual machine and we want to go back, we can do it with this backup. So you can see the size also. Right, so this was the first backup which is complete, and subsequent backup now will be the incremental, so they are going to taken quickly. I'll go back, and then we have the option of backup items. In here you can see I have this VM, and I'll go to view details, and I can see my restore point, and now I can use this backup to restore the VM. So I can go to restore VM and then select the restore point. So I'll have only one because only one snapshot was taken. And also the consistency, application consistent. Also wherever you see the snapshot, that you can use to quickly recover and create a virtual machine, and wherever it is going to be just the wall standard, it's going to take more time to get the data out and restore. And now let's see some common issues for your virtual machine if you are not seeing. So in case the VM is not visible in the vault, usually there is a region or a subscription mismatch, or there is an unsupported VM. So you would have to create the vault in the same region as the location of a virtual machine and the subscription, right? And then the extension failure. Sometimes VM extensions fail due to network restriction, VM agent issues, or extension corruption. In that case, you can open a case with Microsoft to troubleshoot with you and fix the issue. And also you can configure the alerts so that in case a backup job fails, you can get alerted and take action. So that's how you configure Azure VM Backup completely from scratch in Microsoft Azure. We created recovery services vault, backup policy, enabled the VM protection, and triggered a manual backup, and also verified the recovery point. And if this video helped you, subscribe to Cloud with Arya for more real world Azure tutorials.